Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the Lori Vallow Daybell trial, and I attended her trial today, day 6, the first day prosecution called witnesses. And the very first person to testify today for the prosecution was the grandmother of J.J. Vallow. Her name is Kay Woodcock, and she testified today. Now, during the Lori Vallow Daybell trial, you might or might not know, there is no live streaming, there's no audio allowed. So people that want to get information about what was said in her court have to depend on people like me and journalists and spectators to put out that information. I have 2 Twitter accounts, and when Kate was testifying, I shared almost everything and anything that she said on the stand. My particular Twitter account right here, that is at JLR Investigates. Go check that out. And then also my team, who is scouring around the net, picking up what other people say, and they're also tweeting what's going on with the Lori Vallow Daybell trial. At JLR_Army. So Kay went on the stand. She's from Louisiana. She also got emotional on the stand today. But who is Kay Woodcock? I want to share a little bit of information about the grandmother of J.J. Vallow, one of Lori Vallow's children. So this article came out here. Who are Larry and Kay Woodcock? Larry and Kay Woodcock are the grandparents of J.J. Vallow, one of the 2 children Lori Vallow Daybell is accused of killing. The couple cared for JJ for the first 10 months after he was born until he was adopted by Kay's brother Charles Vallow, and then his then wife Vallow Daybell, Lori Vallow Daybell, in 2013. According to marriage records, Vallow Daybell and Charles Vallow married in February 2006. She was Charles Vallow's 2nd wife, and he was her 4th husband. Vallow Daybell's 17-year-old daughter, Tylee Ryan, also lived with them in Arizona and Hawaii for several years. According to the Woodcocks, Vallow Daybell grew distant and abandoned her family in February 2019. Lori just simply vanished, he said. 58 days, she was completely gone, Kay Woodcock said. She said Vallow Daybell told Charles Vallow she no longer cared about him or JJ shortly before leaving. During that time, the Woodcocks believed Vallow Daybell had Tylee stayed with other relatives. It wasn't around this time period that records show Vallow Daybell had begun to communicate with Chad Daybell and adopt more radical and religious beliefs. The Woodcocks had contact with the couple and JJ until after Charles Vallow's death in July, when Lori moved to Rexburg, Idaho with JJ and Tylee. Larry and Kay Woodcock believe Vallow Daybell moved with the children to be closer to Chad Daybell, who was still married and living with his wife, Tammy Daybell. Growing concerned, Larry and Kay Woodcock contacted Rexburg police about JJ's well-being. Police conducted a welfare check and discovered both JJ and Tylee hadn't been seen since September and opened a missing persons investigation. Here's a picture of JJ Vallow with Larry and Kay. The Woodcocks later offered a $20,000 reward for any helpful tips in the missing persons case. JJ and Tylee remains were eventually found buried on Chad Daybell's property. At the beginning of the Vallow Daybell's trial, the Woodcocks are fighting the claim they should not be allowed in the courtroom. Judge Stephen Boise issued an order that witnesses cannot watch others give testimony in the case, with an exception made for victims. Now the Woodcocks hired a lawyer to argue why the couples deserve to be defined as victims and why Kay Woodcock is the best person to represent her grandson. So that's some information about Larry and Kay Woodcock. Kay testified today. I listened to it. So I am covering this case. Go to my tweets, see exactly what she said. She wasn't on the stand that long, and the defense, when they cross-examined her, they didn't get her in any gotcha moment or didn't catch her fumbling or anything like that. I think the defense don't really have a defense. And, and Kay testified. And then Kay is at the courthouse, Ada County, Boise, with her husband, Larry. Larry came out of the courthouse and also spoke. So check out my video. I posted videos of Larry outside the courthouse speaking to the media, sharing his thoughts about the situation. I even asked him some questions, so go check out that video. I'm covering the Lori Vallow Daybell trial. Check out my Lori Vallow Daybell playlist. I am in Boise at the scene. I will be at the trial for the next day, day 7, so stay tuned. Who knows who the prosecution's going to bring up and who knows what's going to happen. This is the Lori Vallow Daybell trial, Boise, Idaho. Everyone be safe. God bless.